taking this idea of the period
Hmm.
to the sacred moon time
Hmm.
and the importance of language around these things. I'd love to
Yeah.
hear your take.
I mean, I think it's just important to recognize that language shapes our world, right? I really didn't realize this to quite the extent as when I started learning Spanish. I started thinking in Spanish and I started dreaming in Spanish. And I just noticed that, like, how I interacted with the world started to shift, right? And that's why it's so important that, indigenous cultures protect their language because that is their worldview. That is, how they make sense of the world and what they're seeing. And I think it's really important for women if they're gonna come into relationship with their body, if they're gonna learn how to honor their body, to actually change the language that they use around their body, right? When we talk about a period, and I don't even use this word anymore, like just doesn't come out of my mouth. It's either my moon time or my bleed, right? It's either call it what it is or bring this sacred feminine lunar inspiration and this inseparable connection that we have to the moon and to our feminine energy, and that we're operating on the same cycle as the moon, just like you're operating on the same cycle as the sun. You have you have your deity and we have ours. you know? So I mean, period literally just means to end a point in time, right? In the same significance as you end a sentence with a period, you end a cycle with a period. Um, but again, it's like we're not cycling to bleed. We're cycling to ovulate. We're cycling to be fertile because we are fertile beings, because we're feminine, we're feminine, generous, giving, motherly beings.
Mhm.
And I feel like when we use this language of period, we disconnect ourselves from that understanding. We forget. And when things are interwoven into your everyday language, it's hard to forget, right? It's hard to forget that sacred ceremony that you have with yourself that's going on in the background at all times when you're constantly referencing it as such.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it's not a period. It's actually the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's the whole thing. It's every minute of every day.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
And I even notice, like, even some women in my community, they'll refer to their cycle. And when they refer to their cycle, they're talking about their bleed. And I have to, like, hey, remind them, hey, your cycle isn't your bleed. Your bleed is your bleed. That's your moon time. But your cycle is the whole thing. You're always cycling, right? You're not just cycling when you're bleeding. It's not just this little, you can't package it up into this 5 days. It's never ending. It's just you're on the roller coaster at all times. And I feel like so many women that aren't in tune with it, it does feel like a roller coaster, right? Or it does feel like you're getting taken out at certain times of your cycle. But if you learn how to ride it, you can actually learn how to, like, harness the power of your cycle and use it to your advantage, not to your demise, right? It's not something that we've been inflicted with. It is our greatest gift and our superpower. And that reframe is so important.
It's like literally the immediate connection to like the life death cycle, you
Yeah.
know? Like I'm not tapped into that. I have to like kill an animal, you know, to
Hmm.
even get close to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's happening all the time in our body. And I feel like, again, in the same way that ayahuasca taught, our shaman says, come taste a little death, and the ceremony sometimes can feel like a part of you is dying. My cycle, in the same way, it's like every month a part of me is dying, like energetically, emotionally, and physically. Right. And just, I feel like I come closer to death and I come into relationship with death with each cycle that I have. And I learn how to let a little part of me die.
Mhm. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed the show. If you did enjoy the show, don't forget to like and subscribe below. It really helps a growing channel like this out. And click up here, it'll take you to a collection of the best this podcast has to offer.